Let's talk sidewalks. What's your preferred machine? ATV, Multiforce, Ventrek SSV, Snow Raider, John Deere, my least favorite. What are you guys running? What's your favorite? What are your likes? What are your dislikes? So I'm fortunate enough to have Middleton Power Center let me loan this for a couple hours here so I can make this video, because I no longer own my Multiforce. I actually sold it a little over a year ago. Last winter I ran an X754. Granted, it was a two-wheel drive machine similar to this. However, this handled way better than the 754, and the 754 had four-wheel steer. Obviously this is way more maneuverable given that it's a zero-turn mower. Sportsman 850, not very maneuverable at all in terms of turning around and whatnot. Definitely up there with the John Deere. I would argue it's even worse. However, the benefits outweigh that in terms of the power, the V-plow, so on and so forth. But the purpose of this video is to kind of show you guys both of these machines. In my opinion, aside from the SSV, which I have never run, I've only seen videos of it. A buddy of mine just picked one up. I can't wait to see it in action. But in my opinion, the SSV, the Sportsman, or any other ATV with the Boss XT or the Toro Grandstand Multiforce are the most efficient sidewalk machines on the market. I'm not a big fan of the Snow Raider because of the speed, the gas tank size, and yeah, that's about it. You know, the salting applications, all that are great, but yeah. Anyways, let's jump into it. So we got a 5-foot blade on the Multiforce here. They have this set up with a steel edge. I have the 5'6" on my Sportsman. I have the rubber edge, okay, because I use this on stamped concrete driveways as well as pavers. The controls on the Sportsman are very nice. I actually like them more than I did with the Multiforce. Similar setup, obviously up down. What I like about this though is this does have a float option. Okay, it would be nice to see down pressure as an option, but you know, we'll see if that comes out in the future or whatnot. Hydraulics are pretty responsive. Okay, you have to move each wing individually, unfortunately. I wish there was an option where you could do them both at the same time. You know, you can do this and hold them both, okay, but it slows it down. Anyways, you get the picture. So we got float here, which is nice. I mounted this here because, you know, if you're going in reverse, you got your override here, so you can really give her, this is really the only option. I mean, you could mount it higher, but that's just goofy. Heated grips are a must. That is something that I really hope Toro comes out with. It would be really nice to see some heated handles on here. Furthermore, the control system on here, up, down, left, right. Okay, so we got up, down, right, left, right. No float, but as you've seen in some of my other videos, down pressure. Now this Multiforce is set up with the summer tires, okay? On my old one, I had the snow tires with antifreeze in them, as well as the wheel weights. I think that if you're gonna be buying the Multiforce, I think you're definitely gonna want the snow tires, and I think you're definitely gonna want the wheel weights. You can make a buy without the wheel weights, but it's gonna give you that extra bite, that extra edge that you're looking for. I know they're expensive for wheel weights, but it is what it is. You got to pay to play, right? So anyways, I wanted to make this video. I wanted to grab this Multiforce just so I could get a side-by-side for you guys. A couple things that I would like to touch on in terms of the Multiforce is some things that I ran into, okay? Over time, with condensation and, you know, after you spray this thing down and so on and so forth, you're going to want to douse all your connections with a dielectrical grease, okay? My machine had a lot of issues with condensation and moisture, not only on the connections, but in this brake lever here, your little stopper down there would freeze up. And unfortunately, at the time, I didn't have an enclosed trailer. However, I did have a trailer with a built-up front, so none of the slush came on it, blah, blah, blah. But regardless, you're going to want to keep those nice and clean, nice and greased up. Otherwise, you're going to run into electrical issues like I did. I'm pretty sure Toro has the starter situation figured out. I think that was only like a first generation, like first or second year type of issue. That's more of a Kohler issue, but at the same time, it's a Toro issue because it's their machine. So I think they've got that figured out. Now, with the Sportsman, I really haven't had any issues as of yet. The only issue I did have was the actual Sportsman itself. The power steering went out. I turned the machine off, turned the machine back on. It cleared up that issue, so I'm assuming it was a condensation issue. Again, condensation. But let's talk efficiency, okay? If I were to pick between these two machines, it's really hard because, in my opinion, the Toro is more efficient. You can really turn on a dime. You can get into some of those tight areas that you can't necessarily get into with the Sportsman or any other ATV for that regard. Now, the SSV, another great sidewalk machine, as I've mentioned. I would imagine that that's on the same caliber as this, not to mention that has four-wheel drive. Although in Madison, Wisconsin here, we don't really get huge snows. You know, a big snow for us is like 6 inches. I never had issues with 6 inches with the Toro. A lot of you guys preach, you know, how much snow can this thing handle? What are its capabilities? Blah, blah, blah. 6 inches, is kind of the most that I've plowed with this. I've plowed less, but heavy and wet snow. I'd say 4 to 5 inches of heavy wet snow. Still had no issues. Again, I had anti-freezing tires, snow tires, wheel weights, blah, blah, blah. But where this stands out against this is obviously the V-plow. I've seen some guys rig up V-plows for the Multiforce. That would be the ultimate setup, but it's power, okay? It's the power. The Sportsman 850 obviously is a higher engine, or a bigger engine on an ATV. I've seen some guys in the 500s with V-plows. I personally probably wouldn't put a V-plow on anything smaller than an 850. But that's just me. And yeah, like I said, power. I'm really able to punch through stuff. Stacking snow with both of these is actually pretty damn good. I think that the Toro can stack more in terms of height. However, the Sportsman offsets that because I'm able to push up. And it's funny because I'm actually able to ride up on top of my piles to make them larger. Whereas this, you got to lift it, push as far as you can go, and that's it. I'm able to push stuff back with this, which is great. So anyways, I just wanted to make this video and kind of give you guys a side-by-side of both of these machines. Hydraulics on the Multiforce, since we're here, are super simple. 2 pins to take your plow off. Well, it's down pressure right now, but let me do it. Let's show you guys. So everyone's on the same page here. By the way, they upgraded the PTO switch. That was another issue that I had. This looks like a new one. Controller looks the same. But check it out. So to pop off the plow on the Multiforce, you give her one of these. You lower it down, releases this triangle right here. You're able to back it out, blah, blah, blah. I'm not gonna do that. You get the picture. Obviously, you disconnect your hydraulics. You pull out, you pull this pin. This is a triangular piece that mounts on here. Okay, So you're gonna, once you pop the plow off, and your 2-inch receiver here, you got a pin for this triangular piece, which is the mounting bracket, okay? Now, for the Sportsman, you got 2 pins on either side, okay? You pull them out, twist them halfway, and then you basically just have to obviously disconnect your wiring here, and then you just kind of lift up on this, get it, oh God, where is it? Get it off the hinges, right? And then it backs right out, no problem. A little bit more labor intensive here, a little bit less labor intensive here, but at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. Anyways, let me know what you guys want to see. I have a great relationship with my dealer. Again, thank you so much, Middleton Power Center, for letting me demo this this Toro for this couple hours just to make this video. Like I said, in my opinion, both of these machines are at the top end, aside from the SSV, which I haven't run. The SSV, I think, probably is better than both of these, but I don't have one, so whatever. The one thing I will mention on this is, or on the Polaris, is you're gonna wanna get the high lifter springs. I purchased them, they're not on right now. And as you can see, I'm not squatting too bad, okay? But I do have a couple leftover bags here, all right? I'm running 250 pounds of ballast in the back on any given storm. But I am going to get the high lifter springs because these stock springs I have cranked up all the way, and it's just not quite enough. So yeah, that's what I got, guys. Again, sorry I'm not a master video editor like some of these guys out here, but just kind of wanted to give a quick side-by-side comparison of these two, and hopefully down the road, maybe we can get the SSV in here and kind of give a 3-way review here. But I got some more footage of the grandstand that I'm going to be posting along with this video, as well as maybe some footage from the Polaris. Haven't quite gotten there yet, but I